In a small Tempe coffee shop,
I'm totally a bookworm. I still am.
the self-described bookworm wearing her signature glasses, Kyrsten Sinema tells us
But I don't want to sound like a total nerd.
her love of learning changed the course of her life.
It was my ticket to the American dream.
It was a one-way ticket out of her familiar story of being homeless for almost 3 years.
It was tough when I was a kid.
Sinema says part of her motivation to succeed came from watching her mom struggle.
When life threw her a curveball, she didn't have all the tools that she needed to take care of her kids financially.
And she gives credit to her first grade teacher in Tucson.
Never once did she say, "You can't do that, Kyrsten," or "sit down," or "this is what the class is doing."
Sinema raced through her studies, graduating high school at just 16. She headed to BYU and stayed on the fast track.
And you graduated college early as well.
Just 18.
She says she earned her bachelor's and a master's degree in social work to help solve people's problems,
It's the cornerstone of my work as a public official.
which first began as a state representative in 2004. All the while, she was still cracking the books, keeping up an impressive pace.
I went back to school later to become an attorney, and then later I decided to get a PhD. And then most recently, I went back to college and got my MBA.
She's 42, and the U.S. representative since 2012 pushes herself not just mentally, but physically. She's an avid runner, a triathlete, and part of a bipartisan exercise group in D.C., where she says she is solely committed to her role in Congress.
Any hopes or thoughts about having a family of your
I'm
own?
really just focused on serving Arizona.
Her love of reading gets airtime on long flights to Washington. Recent books include Team of Rivals, about President Lincoln, and Boys of Everest, about an important era in mountaineering.
That, to me, seems like crazy and unattainable, and so reading about it was just incredible.
Much like her journey from homeless to the hill and her evolution along the way.
Sometimes I find that an opinion I used to have isn't the right one, and I can change or shift as I grow and learn more.
With the U.S. Senate now in her sights, what she is particularly proud of, she calls the highlight of her life.
But what I love most of all is teaching.
She's taught social work at ASU for 16 years.
How long are you going to teach?
Oh, forever. It is my favorite thing to do.